Everybody looks forward to the wedding day. You're getting fitted for your dress, you're picking out flowers, you're walking down the aisle, but not enough people talk about what happens after the honeymoon is over. And now it's just the two of you trying to figure out how to live as one. Well, sisters, welcome to the Taylor Frequency, where we keep it real about relationships and work on becoming the kind of wives and women our marriages deserve. Today, I want to talk to you about when that honeymoon is over. Now, this past January 1st, it made 1 year being married to my wonderful husband, Steven. You've probably seen his picture on my social media. And yes, I've been blessed to find love. Now, singlehood today, there's so many distractions. It's like leaves on a tree, they're just everywhere. And you get pulled into cable TV, you're always having a cell phone in your hand or constantly scrolling through social media. And the worst part is these distractions constantly push out negative narratives on marriages. And so if we're not careful, the smallest tear in our relationship, these negative narratives can sneak in and ruin something so good. Now, no marriage can be mapped out totally because it's a new person, it's a new life, it's a new scenery, and it's two people bringing their own suitcase of life experiences with them. But the best way that I can explain marriage is go listen to the song Matrimony by Wale. In the song, marriage is described as a roller coaster, and it's the best way that I can explain it. On the way up, your heart's beating fast, your palms are sweaty, and you probably checked your seatbelt about 5 times, saying, "Yup, I'm still locked in." And then you reach the top and you see the drop coming, and suddenly you're like, "Oh shit." And if it's your first marriage, you're like, "What the hell did I sign up for?" And if it's your second marriage, you're like, "And why did I do this again?" And let's not talk about the days where we look at our husbands and we say, "I just don't like you today." Yeah, that's marriage in a nutshell. But don't get me wrong, I love being married and I love my husband, but I also learned a lot about myself. And right now, there's just way too many divorces out here, driving me nuts. So hopefully, my lessons can help guide you through your own seasons. Now, if you missed my quick reel on Facebook about seasons in a marriage, I recommend you cue it up because then this will all make sense. Now, the first lesson I call is my track star phase. And this is where I had to learn how to stay put, right? It was like I had a suitcase that just stayed packed. And anytime things didn't go my way, my first instinct was to run. But let me tell you, y'all, my husband, he's my anchor because he's just the opposite of me. And I love that about him. He's just very even keel, and he'll be the one saying, "Stop, wait, calm down, relax." And that's a good thing about marrying your opposite. They offset the parts of you that just don't exist. And when you're married, don't expect every day to be blue skies and sunny. You've got to be ready for all kinds of weather. And as cheesy as it may sound, if you want to see a rainbow, you have to experience some rain. And marriage is no different. So, sisters, how do we prepare for our seasons? Well, first, have someone in your life who keeps it real with you, straight up. Someone who will tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. Now, for me, I've been blessed. That's my mother in law. I call her my bonus mom. Now, she's a Leo. And if you know anything about those Leos, if you don't want the truth, don't ask. But what I also love about her is that she'll be the first one to say, "Y'all need to work it out because y'all not splitting up." So basically, you need a marriage cheerleader. Second lesson, keep your Bible and your prayer on rotation. Yes, strong marriages realize there's three people in a marriage: there's you, there's your husband, and then there's God. And you're not going to win all the fights with human weapons. It just doesn't work that way. And make sure when you pray for discernment and you pray for being able to truly understand and hear what your man actually needs. Because men and women don't speak the same language. And marriage doesn't come with a set of instructions. So you just got to keep trying. And last thing, treat your marriage like a slot machine. Hear me out. Some days you're going to be winning. The lights are flashing. The bells are ringing. Other days you're pulling the lever thinking, man, this thing ain't paying out. But here's the part that a lot of people tend to forget. You don't walk away from the machine just because the last spin didn't hit. Because the moment you get up, somebody else is going to sit in your seat and they're going to hit the triple sevens. And sometimes the breakthrough in a marriage comes one spin after the moment you wanted to quit. So whether you want to believe it or not, when you walk away, all you did was warm up the machine for the next person. Oh, hell no. We're fighting at that point. So no matter how rough things get, no matter how many times you may want to choke your husband, splitting up is never an option. Because there's always a solution to everything. You just have to be willing to fight and bend a little, because it's better to be loved and respected than to be right. And anything worth having requires work, and your marriage is at the top of that list. Now, ladies, that's not to mean we're always at fault for everything that goes wrong in our marriages. Because sometimes, yes, our men can be difficult, and they have been known to do some dumb stuff a time or two or three. But I don't think we fully understand the amount of power we hold in our relationships. Probably more than we realize. So I recommend we need to fix ourselves first. Kind of like putting the oxygen mask on first and then everyone else after. And if we soften up a bit, it just might surprise you that the things that you want from your man may come easier than you think. Now, thanks for tapping in with me on the Taylor Frequency, where we keep it real about relationships and work on becoming the kind of wives our husbands deserve. And if this spoke to you, please like, follow, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next frequency.